Well, surprise and welcome back to our August monthly report. I was able to pull off a miracle and edit this month's episode in time for Roger and enjoy my vacation in Southern California. Well, let's get started with this month's video with a big bang. No, not that kind of bang. How about a total power of 25,800 horsepower coming in town from the east? These Athearn Genesis SD70 Ace diesels are replacements for the original SD70 Mac engines, but with newer technology. They changed to the new Ace models by the new emission standards imposed by the EPA Tier 2 regulations. These replicas have 16-cylinder T2 diesel engines producing more than 4,300 horsepower each engine. The first 4 engines being built in 2003, and then 20 more being sold to CSX in 2004. These HO Genesis engines by Athearn have a dynamically balanced 5-pole skew-wound motor and dual flywheels. Factory-installed Soundtrack Tsunami sound and DCC decoder, as well as the sounds are compatible with both DCC and DC operation. The 6-wheel truck sets have all-wheel drive and electrical pickup, includes a full cab interior including a non-functional cab video camera, correctly sized operating ditch lights, MU hoses, coupler lift bars, trainline air hoses, safety tread on walkways, etched see-through grills, wire grab-ons, and equipped with the McHenry knuckle spring couplers. And you won't be paying retail for these engines. We have a great amount of SD70 Aces still in our inventory with a variety of road names and numbers, so be sure and check out our special pricing on these beauties. Many of the engines we have are no longer available anywhere else, so be sure and check out our inventory for the one that's right for you. Well, here's a unique item that just arrived in our store. It's an Alco rotary snow plow in Great Northern markings by Walthers using DC power. The original snowplows were first introduced in the late 1880s, using a large spinning wheel to cut snowdrifts down to size. This allowed the loose snow to be hurled away from the tracks for train passage. This Alco model is based on prototypes built between 1900 and 1940. Back then, only the cutting wheel were powered, but required an engine to move the unit down the tracks. A few decades later, some were fitted with diesel engines, but just like the original units, this model uses DC power to control the speed of the wheel. You will need another engine to move this unit down the track. This features a motorized snowplow blade, a modeled tender with bunk covering which keeps coal loads dry to prevent freezing, perfect for modeling in the 1920s to 1960s era, has RP25 turn metal wheel sets, and Proto Max metal knuckle spring couplers. And now coming around the corner are a pair of those SD70 Ace units pulling nothing but Walthers mainline rolling stock. Right behind those engines are a trio set of 49-foot 100-ton 3-bay hoppers. Walthers has a limited edition of a one-time run of new road numbers in a variety of road names. Hoppers like these started service in the railroad industry in the mid-1960s and continues to today, hauling coal across the United States. These cars have spectacular detail with ladders, ribs, spring-simulated trucks, and rivets. They also have metal wheels and come with Proto Max metal knuckle couplers. And right behind those hoppers are these two 40-foot steel boxcars with those dreadnought ends. These limited ran road numbered boxcars were in service from the 1940s till the mid-1970s. These come fully assembled with opening side doors on each side, a brake wheel, and simulated rivets. The car also has 33-inch turned metal wheel sets with Proto Max metal knuckle couplers. If you have a mill or a lumber company on your layout, you won't want to miss out on this 56-foot all-door boxcar. With lumber always being the most difficult loads to carry by rail, boxcars were typically used to provide protection from the weather. But small doors and large loads don't mix. But then again, flat cars required the wood to be tarped to protect the wood. In 1967, the best of both ideas created a unique car that would solve these problems. An all-door boxcar had no true sidewalls, using 4 double doors to open, making a 25-foot wide opening. The idea works so well you can still spot them traveling the rails today. The features are well-detailed siding with razor-sharp decals and painting, 33-inch turn metal wheel sets, and Proto Max metal knuckle couplers. For those who want more of a modern style of transportation, try these 53-foot National Steel well cars. These heavy-duty stack cars can handle containers upwards to 53 feet long and can double stack with an equal size container or smaller as shown in this picture. This model includes many outstanding details, including the die-cast metal body and plastic detail pieces, free rolling trucks with RP25 metal wheels, and Proto Max knuckle couplers. Keep in mind these steel well cars do not include the containers as seen in the video, but Walters does carry a huge assortment of large and small containers you can purchase with different company road names. And last on this particular train is this unusual log crane car. Walters didn't forget the importance of these cars when clearing down trees or new paths for the rails. This HO-scaled log crane car is positionable with operating elevating boom and hook, and the trucks do have metal wheel sets and have knuckle couplers already installed. Now changing gears to the HO-N3 cars, these narrow-framed tank cars are replicas of the Rio Grande cars that traversed throughout Colorado from the 1920s into the 1960s. Using standard specifications and remaining prototypes, Blackstone Models created a detailed and accurate tank car that will please even the most discriminating modeler. They used a combination of plastic and die-cast parts to create a perfectly balanced and weighed car that runs unbelievably smooth. These models are fully assembled with accurate fine detail, laser quality graphics, dome detailing, factory installed couplers, and free rolling metal wheel sets. And get this, these tankers come brand new, or they'll weather them for you just for a few bucks more. Well, if you like the tanker, you're definitely going to love this 3-bay hopper. These narrow gauge hoppers are replicas of the constructed pressed steel car company between 1914 and 1927. Many of these hoppers saw action all the way up until the 1950s. These babies have the same great detail as the tankers, and they also have brake rigging, wire grab irons, and underbody details. Once again, this particular model is available with the new look, or they'll weather it for you for just a few bucks more. Okay, all you fellow model railroaders, get your hankies out for this one, because you're going to need it to wipe off all the drool when you see these next few passenger cars. So if you just happen to be around in Colorado from the 1880s to 1882, you might have seen some of these traveling down the tracks. That's when Denver and Rio Grande Railway ordered about 60 of these cars and went through a variety of transformations all the way up to the 1920s. By the 1930s, the majority of the cars had been rebuilt with double-paned windows. Only a handful of the coaches survived on the DNRGW into the 1960s for use on the Silverton branch. Just take a good look at the spectacular detail, not only on the outside, but the museum quality detail on the inside. Why, it even has interior seating and stoves, not to mention the restrooms. These cars can have electrical pickups installed for an additional cost and added interior lighting. Well, that's it for this month's report of August. By the time you see this video, I'll probably be about in the halfway point of my vacation. I hope you have subscribed already so you don't miss a single issue. And once again, thanks for watching and happy modeling.